Good afternoon, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba here on the afternoon of Saturday, March 20th, 2021, the first full day of spring. It's nice and sunny out there, still about 52, 53 degrees in Georgia. But I wanted to do a comment today and answer a few questions from Angela J. OMG 24 and a PIP 75, and especially OMG 24. Oh, I'm assuming that's Oh My God 24. Well, they asked, and I don't know if it's a he or a she or what's it, but anyway, it was asked from OMG 24. What do you mean change? Those people don't exist no more. Talking about the Sumerians, talking about the Greeks, the Romans, and the Egyptians. They don't exist no more. Well, OMG 24 here, they're still there. Especially the Greeks. They're the one set of the ancient peoples that are still actually there to a certain extent. They still got their values and everything like their ancestors did. They might not be, adhering to the old Greek gods like Zeus and Aphrodite and all those, but they still have their culture, which is Greek. And it goes back to their time. Their music, their dances, still goes back to their time. They're the only people on this planet right now that go back to their ancestors, other than the North American Indians and the Tibetans, and also the Aborigines in Australia. They're the only ones that I can think of that actually do that. But the Greeks, more or less, because they kept their culture and they keep it alive, like the other ones do. And their nation is somewhat in the same as it was back then, territorial-wise, that is. Now, for the other cultures, the Sumerians, Sumer doesn't exist no more. Most of the cities that comprised Samaria, that became empires on their own later on in life, don't exist. Like Ur, which Pope Francis went to visit because of its being the supposedly home of Abraham in there. And Nineveh, Asher, which is where the Assyrians were, and Babylon. Remember Babylon, the most famous city of all in Mesopotamia there? But Sumer hasn't existed for a long time. And then you got the Persians, which is now Iran. The people are still there, but they're Muslim. Same with the people of Samaria and Babylonia and Asher, the Assyrians. They're all Muslim. So they lost all their identities. The Iranians lost their identities of when they were, as the Greeks would call them, Persians. And the Romans, they lost their identity. You got Italians, but you don't have any Romans. The city of Rome is still there, but actual Romans, no. The culture of Rome, it kind of went the way of the culture of the Sumerians and the Babylonians and the Assyrians and the Egyptians. Egypt's still there, but it's Muslim. The last vestige of any old Egyptian died with Cleopatra back then in 30 BC. That was the last vestige of the old Egyptian. Then it became Romanized. Then it became Byzantine a little bit there. And then it became Muslims when the Turks took over there. And the Ottoman Empire, yeah, it became that. So actually, the only cultures that you got left really is the Greeks, Scandinavians. I mean, under the Vikings, they're not there anymore, but the Scandinavians are. So see what you got to look forward to. There'll be a time when there'll be no more America, there'll be no more China, and there'll be no more British. The people will still be there, but they won't remember the old days. Because they're not like the North American Indians or the Aborigines in Australia or the Tibetans that still do. Those are the only probably three civilizations left. The Greeks, they still follow their traditions and stuff, but they forgot what they were. The Egyptians, they forgot a long time ago what they were. The Americans, they're starting to forget. Same with all the Western people. The Japanese, they're starting to forget. Same with the Chinese. They're communist over there, so they're like the Muslims are in Iraq and Iran, where they took over and became Muslim. The Chinese are forgetting their own civilization over there, slowly but surely, because they've been 70 years under Marxism. And as you notice, the Russians, they don't understand themselves. They're just still Russians. There's nothing there. Just, I'm a Russian here, Russian there. This is what you got to look forward to. The United States is disintegrating. They're forgetting what it is to be American, if they ever knew what it was to be American. But with the Greeks, they still have the knowledge of Agamemnon, which was the Mycenae, that passed it all along, even to the golden age of Greece, and all the way back down. Like I said, they're one of the first civilizations that's still there. The Greeks, the Tibetans, and the people from Australia, the Aborigines, those are the only civilizations left outside of the North American Indians that actually can trace back to their ancestors. The Romans can't. The Sumerians can't, because they all got destroyed and they conquered by other people. Like I said, they're all Muslim now. The Chinese are all communists. Even the nationalist Chinese in Taiwan can't go back. So you see, Americans, this is what I'm saying. This is what you got to look forward to. There was a time before the Americans, there'll be a time after the Americans. There was a time before human, and there'll be a time after humans. And are they going to remember you? Whoever comes back and look at all this and says, who were these people? I don't think so. They might look at you and say, well, they don't amount to a hill of beans, do they? This is your favorite alien in Bubba. Good day.